Hi again, welcome to our Buffs recap here on 850KOA.com. Along with Larry Zimmer, I'm Mark Johnson from Tempe, Arizona, the Valley of the Sun, and it went down to the Buffaloes. 48-14, the Buffs fall. Now sitting at 1-8 on the season, 0-5 in Pac-12 conference play. Partner, we're starting to get ourselves a bad habit. This is becoming far too common. We talk about these lopsided losses after a contest.
Well, that's 4 straight games where the Buffs defense has given up more than 40 points. It's also 4 straight games they've given over 500 yards. You know, they don't want to make excuses, but let's face it, they have had a lot of injuries in that secondary. And things were open tonight that probably should have been dealt with and closed up, like the middle. Right. Arizona State was able to run up the middle several times for really good games.
Yeah, over 200 yards rushing by the Sun Devils, over 300 yards passing. The Buffaloes did start Nick Hirschman in this ball game, a quarterback. Remember, after Tyler Hansen was dinged up a week ago with a concussion, but that lasted 2 series, and the senior is back in there.
Yeah, and Tyler came in, and I thought, you know, played relatively well considering everything, considering he didn't take any snaps all week and was not running with the first team. And I mean, he's in the meetings and he was at practice. But I thought Tyler played pretty well, and T. Clem had a big game, and I thought Josh Ford, when needed, he came in and he was a leading rusher with 73 yards and 10 carries. So, you know, some of the guys are stepping up, there's no question. And, you know, John Embry, I don't envy the job he's got to do.
No, that's certainly, there's a lot of rebuilding to do. Tyler Hansen, by the way, 22 of 35 passing, 285 yards, a touchdown. He did have the 2 picks in the ballgame. One of them was deflected, not necessarily his problem.
Right.
Now, when we talked to John Embry after the game and his postgame, he said, I'm looking for guys that are going to go out and give the kind of effort we're looking for. He said to us at halftime, in fact, I looked at some of the guys and said, if you're not willing to give the effort, stay in the locker room. You got to get the sense that the remainder of this season is going to be kind of a thinning out period. He's looking for guys that he wants to move forward with.
Right. Now, I didn't hear Tyler's Hansen's interview with Andy after the game. I do know what he said in his press conference, and he echoed what Coach Embry said. And he said there are some guys on this team that aren't doing what they should be doing. Mm-hmm. So I hate to see that kind of thing start sneaking in here, but you know, it is being mentioned. It's
going to be a short turnaround for the Buffaloes as well, because now they return home this evening after the ball game, and next Friday night is a blackout against a USC team that, as the time we're taping this, by the way, is a 10-point lead on Stanford. Very talented team, even though they can't play in postseason. We do know, Stan, that USC's got a lot of talent.
Well, you can see another great quarterback in Barkley, and the leading receiver in the man. How can he be any better than some of the receivers? I'm speaking of Woods. So, yeah, it's going to be a big night Friday night, no question.
Yep, it could be fun at Folsom Field. We certainly hope it is, that you'll be there to cheer on the Buffaloes that night. But Colorado falls 48-14 here in Tempe, Arizona. The Buffs are now 1-8 in the season, 0-5 in their inaugural season in a Pac-12 conference. For Larry Zimmer, I'm Mark Johnson. Thanks for joining us on our Buffs recap here on 850KOA.com.